solve quadratic equations by graphing, which is what you did yesterday, except you didn't know some of the zeros. Well, today you're going to have the zeros on some of them, okay? Solving, what it means is finding the zeros. I want to know what x is, all right? But not all parabolas are going to cross the x-axis, which means there won't be any solutions or zeros for those equations. All right? So, example 1. I'll quickly go through yesterday's instructions again, just to make sure we understand each other. So there's your equation. A was find the axis of symmetry, so everybody do that real quickly. Minus b over 2a. Yes?
Okay, that on A, with the negative b, I don't really get where you're supposed to use that.
The opposite of b. So b is negative 5. So you don't understand what b is?
No, like I understand that b is 5, but I don't know.
Negative 5.
Yeah. I don't know what like remember that.
You understand that that goes in this position?
Yeah.
So this is the opposite of b. That's what that is. Negative b. Negative b. So the opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. 2 times a is 1.
Yeah.
2 times 1 is 2. So that's 5 halves. Now what you do with that, you got to graph it. You understand that?
No.
Okay. Anytime you have x equal to a number, that's an equation of a vertical line. X equals 5 halves is a straight line going through the x-axis at 2 1/2. Okay? That's just to let you know where your vertex is. So now to find the vertex, you got to take that value and plug it into your equation. So 5 halves squared minus 5 times 5 halves plus 4. That's 25 fourths minus 25 halves plus 4 over 1. Good so far? Okay, all I did was substitute what x equals. Because I don't know where the parabola hits on 5 halves. So what do? It's like the xy chart. Well, I need to plug 5 halves in to find out what my y value is. So I just substitute 5 halves into this equation for x. And this is what I get. Okay, so this is what y equals. Even though that's a 0 there, that's still y. When there's a 0 there, it's wanting to know what your solutions are, what your zeros are when y is 0. That's why it's called finding your zeros. But we want to graph the parabola, so we got to find the vertex. We got to find out where the vertex is for y when x is 5 halves. Okay. So I need to make that a 4, make that a 4. So this is times 2, that's 50. That times 4 is 16. Common denominator. 25 minus 50 is negative 25. Negative 25 plus 16 is negative 9 fourths. So my vertex is at 5 halves, negative 9 fourths, or negative 2 1/4. Right there. That's my vertex. Can you do that? Sure?
I think.
Okay, now, does it open up or down? How do you know? Okay, so you can figure this out. Good. It's going to open up, but I don't know if it's flat, I don't know if it's sharp. Where's across the y-axis? There you go. That's part C. The y-intercept is at C. Ax squared plus bx plus c. When x is 0, it's like the xy chart again. Plug 0 in for x. What do I get? Please go to 0. Y equals 4. 0, 4 is where it goes through the y-axis. It has to. open up, so to hit that point. Now where's it across the x-axis? That's part D, finding your zeros, factoring this. What does this factor into? X minus 1, x minus 4. Negative 1 times negative 4 is positive 4. And negative 1x and negative 4x would be negative 5. You must master this factoring stuff, guys. Okay? It's got to be like addition to you guys. You must get it down. Right, you got to be able to give you something that factors, and you got to be able to say, okay, with confidence, figure it out quickly. Alright, so now your zeros, x equals 1 or x equals 4. 1, 4. My solutions would be 4 and 1. So part D, x equals 4 and 1. Those are my solutions. How many solutions are there? 2. That's kind of important too for later on in the chapter. 0 solutions. It could be 1 solution or there could be 2 solutions.
What about all the other solutions that are along that line?
There's only 2 solutions on that go through the x-axis.
Oh,
where y is 0.
Okay.
On this problem. If the vertex is on the x-axis, that means it only crosses it once. That's 1 solution. If the vertex is below and it opens down, it doesn't cross the x-axis at all, there's no solution. If it's above and it opens up, there's no solution. Doesn't mean you can't graph it, it just means there's no zeros. Yes?
How can you only have 1 solution?
If the vertex is on the x-axis, that means the line touches the x-axis 1 time. Here it touches it twice.
Or what if it opens up sideways and one of those?
That's algebra 2 and after. You're not going to have, in this class, you won't have sideways.
How do you get sideways?
X equals y squared.
Oh, you just flip around the numbers.
Yeah. It'll be sideways, and the exact same stuff applies. I mean, that's all. Okay. All right. Example 2. Let's get this done. Everybody try this all on your own. X squared minus 5x plus 7. Does it factor?
No. No.
No, it does not factor. Can you graph it?
Yes.
Yes. So there are 0 solutions to the zeros.
Wait, if it crosses, it's still got 2 solutions. We just don't know what the numbers are, right?
No. What you did yesterday, if you couldn't factor it, that didn't mean it didn't cross it. You had to guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There were still solutions. You just didn't know how to find them yet.
Exactly. That's what I said.
I'm going to teach you how, not today,
Okay.
how to find those. Today, if it doesn't factor, that means it does not cross the x-axis.
Okay.
Okay? All right. What's the first thing we need to do? You need to write down these steps just like what we did yesterday, then do so. There's nothing wrong with taking up a lot of space. Luke?
You have to find negative b over a times 2, which is 5 halves. Or no, 10.
You understand that? Same as the other one. 5 halves. Which is unfortunate. Now we gotta plug it into the equation. So again, 5 halves squared minus 5 times 5 halves plus 7.
And
Just gotta, at this point, guys, from here on out in math, you gotta get over the fact that you're gonna have to multiply and do a lot of things with fractions and decimals. Alright, we're done with 3rd grade stuff. You gotta start dealing with the fractions and stuff, okay?
5 halves squared is 25 over 4.
Yep.
And then 5 times 5 halves is 25 over 2 plus 7.
Okay, so again, this is what you get for y when you plug 5 halves in for x. Okay? Everybody figure that out. Common denominator, figure it out. Or go ahead and finish it if you can. Graph it, finish it. I was like, wait a second, that's not right.
What is that?
16 times 4 is 64, so it's got to be higher than that. If that's correct.
Huh?
I don't know. I was just looking at what you had written down.
I had 78 quarts, but I don't know how to sum these yet. Oh, wait, no.
Negative 25 and 28.
I had 50 and then I added 28 and I forgot to add the 25.
This is a negative 25. That's a positive 28.
Oh.
I don't know what to do after that.
All right. So this is your vertex that you're finding. Okay. Part B is finding the vertex. So vertex when x is 5 halves, y is 3/4. So at this point, you actually have to graph that point. Okay, so 5 halves, 2.5. We have our axis of symmetry. Drawn perfectly. And 3/4 is right here. Oh, sorry. Come on. Sorry, I'm gonna have you with it in.
What did you say?
Work on the camera because it's really shaky. I watched the videos and you can barely see it. Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So that's the first thing you do after you draw your axis of symmetry. C is your y-intercept. Understand how to find the y-intercept? So when x is 0, y is 7. Notice that the vertex is here, it's above the x-axis. A is 1, so it's positive, it's going to open up to hit that point. Okay? You can't factor it. Trying to draw it as symmetrical as possible. It does not cross the x-axis. Make sure this is rounded at the point. Not make it a V. All right. It does not cross it. There are no solutions. No zeros. Okay. This is what your paper should look like. Those two examples. Yeah.
Is there any way that it could not cross the x-axis and have you to be able to solve the
Factor it.
Yeah.
Factoring it means that you're going to have a solution for x for it to equal to 0. Okay. Without getting too far ahead, I mean, that's the answer to your question today. I mean, as we get further on, you'll learn how to do different things. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense to do it if it has 0.
Okay. You understand the factoring?
Yeah.
So you got to factor it first, and then you set this equal to 0 and solve it. and set that equal to 0 and solve it. And those are values when y is 0. So what you're doing is you're getting points on your graph. When y is 0, that's what this is, y is 0. What do I get for x when y is 0? Well, I have two possibilities. That's what you're supposed to do with your factored form. Instead of just find those zeros. You understand that? All right, anybody not understand that besides you? Okay, so, yeah.
Where did you get the x minus 1 and x minus 4?
This is, I factored the trinomial into two binomials from chapter 9. You're not going to get away from factoring, guys. I'm telling you, you figure out a way to master this. All right? When you get to algebra 2, you're going to be doing cubes and stuff like that. Yeah.
How did you get the part on the right?
This one?
Yeah.
Well, this side is a mirror image of that side. This point is 1, 2, 3 away from this line. 1, 2, 3, and 6, 7 up. That's 7 up. So I knew it was there.
Okay.
Okay? It better be there, otherwise I've done something wrong. All right, your assignment. Page 647, 4 to 46 evens. I'll take off the mixture for today.